Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Very excited today to be sharing with you a longevity scorecard. As a teacher, someone who's been teaching health and physical education for a long time, I love having tools or presenting tools that can help people to get insights into themselves. So I've taken my own time to create a series of interactive longevity questions. So for those of you joining the channel, I have a project being built called Longevity Builder Ecosystem. That's a learning ecosystem and also a new technology to track longevity in real time. More about that another time. Don't want to go into that right now. What I want to present to you today in this first video clip is the introductory longevity scorecard. And then the second video I'm going to record shortly is called the Longevity Catalyst Scorecard. I'll get to that in a minute, or I'll get to that once we finish this one. Discover your longevity score in 3 minutes. Take our science-backed assessment to understand your biological, or what I call your physical health age, identify health risks, and get a personalized roadmap to add 10 plus healthy years to your life. That's what longevity building is all about. So I'm going to help you and walk you through today getting a free longevity score. Now, it won't be for you personally because I'm the one doing it. You have to answer your questions yourself. As I record this, we're about a week away from launching this particular longevity scorecard and the more advanced version called the Longevity Catalyst Scorecard. So let's have a bit of a look before we go and click on the scorecard and start taking the actual assessment. Most people are aging faster than they should. While your birthday age counts the years, I'm reading this, but there's a reason for that. I want to get this right. The years you've been alive, your physical health age reveals how fast your body is actually aging. And the shocking truth really is most people's physical health age is 5 to 15 years older than the birthday age. So look at this first part of the graph, this line graph over here. Physical health age versus birthday age. Someone might have been born 35 years ago, but their internal body systems, like their heart function, their arterial elasticity, that's a phrase you don't hear every day, like their cell organelles, their liver, their kidney, their ability to transport oxygen, they might be functioning at an older age, at say 42. So they're in advance of their birthday age. But people who are what I call longevity builders, they're putting the correct principles in place, particularly the one single tactic that I'm going to talk about when the Longevity Builder book gets released and when I turn 60 in April of 2026. So it depends when you're watching this. That you'll find out that you can, let's have a look at the side. Before I talk about that, let's look at the side over here. It says here, 73% of adults, no matter what country you live in, because I know this show goes out to a lot of different countries. I think the audio version of it is in 97 countries now. 73% of adults have a physical health age older than their birthday age. That decreases their longevity. So if that's you, that would decrease your longevity. The average gap is 8.2 years. So most people are averaging on about 8+ years faster than what is optimal. That decreases longevity. But it's a reversible process. Physical health aging can be slowed and even reversed if you use the right tactic. And that's essentially why I'm building my longevity builder hardcover book, softcover book. There's going to be an audio version of the book and an online interactive version, brand new style, the online interactive version. I won't go into that now. And also a software called the Longevity Builder Health Lab, which incorporates the learning ecosystem, but also a tracking software, tracking longevity in real time. So the question is, what if you could turn back your physical health age? If you take this assessment, we're going to help you assess your current state of physical health. So I'm going to do an imaginary person today. We're going to identify key areas and pinpoint specific factors that could be accelerating your aging in this assessment today. It only takes 3 minutes. And then we're going to get you an action plan. So I've got some tools available for you. So your longevity score reveals this: your estimated physical health age, your risk assessment, the likelihood of you having some chronic disease, your life expectancy, your projected health lifespan, and an improvement plan. So that's some basic things you can get once you take this longevity scorecard. If the link, when you're watching this, if the link's not available in the first comment, it means it's about a week away from after the time that I post this. So Here's a little bonus that's going to be for anyone who decides to go ahead and take the longevity scorecard assessment for free. You're also going to get, so if you take it within 24 hours of first visiting this website, I'm going to give you the first 3 chapters of my Longevity Builder book, because it's already written, but it's at the publishers right now. I'm going to give you the first 3 chapters for free. Then I'm also going to give you a premium podcast episode that's all about the health tracking technology that's available inside the Longevity Builder Health Lab. So all a person has to do to get those bonuses and take the assessment is come to this website when it's available. The link is available. There's a whole lot of people who are on my email list. They've already got this, an early version of this. And then there's some more people coming. If you haven't got the link for this particular longevity scorecard app, then or assessment, if you like, then just direct message me and I'll send it to you. So claim your free bonuses. So let's start with your actual birthday age. I'm going to do an imaginary person. I'm not going to do me because that's not average. I've been spending the past 2 years with a dedicated focus to being a longevity builder, like a real dedicated, consistent focus. So we're going to use your birthday age to calculate your physical health age. So let's just have an imaginary person. Let's say they're 38 years old. So continue to the assessment. Now we're going to go through 16 questions relatively quickly, and they will give us a whole lot of data at the end of you taking the scorecard. So how often do you get a comprehensive health check from your doctor? Never, only when I'm sick, every 2 to 3 years, annually, never more than once per year for proactive screening. The average person absolutely fits into this category. No, never, only when I'm sick. See, I want Longevity Builder, the ecosystem that I'm putting together, our technology and the learning ecosystem. I want that for the people who aren't necessarily into health right now. So the bulk of people, well, some people are every 2 to 3 years, but the bulk of people, never, only when I'm sick, do they get comprehensive screening. So have you ever heard of your oxygen efficiency, your VO2 max score? No, this is a new concept to me. I've heard the term, but I don't know my score or its importance. Yes, I understand the concept and its importance, or you can choose, yes, I actively work to improve it. That's me, for example. I have spoken to thousands of people across the world, not only students that I teach, but adults across the world. Every single time I speak to adults, no, this is a new concept to me. So I'm going to click that one. How many of these key blood markers do you know for yourself? Total cholesterol, LDL, HDL, triglycerides, and fasting insulin. See, I know that my total cholesterol is 3.8. I know that my LDL cholesterol is 1.7. I know my HDL cholesterol is also 1.7. I know my triglycerides is 0.7. And I know my fasting insulin is 6. Most people couldn't rattle that off the top of their head because it's not sitting in there. It's not a priority. So most people don't know any of them. Some people, they know 1 or 2 of them. I know most of them, but I'm not sure if they're in the optimal range. That's important. You work that out with your doctor. I know all of them, and I track them to ensure they're in the optimal range. Now, I'm in the last category today, but I never used to be. So, yeah, I'm going to be generous here and say I know 1 or 2 of them for this imaginary person we've got here. Which statement best describes your current approach to health? Health is not a major focus for me right now. I know I should be healthier, but I struggle to be consistent. Nah, I think that's a very popular answer. I'm actively working to improve my health and build good habits. I identify as a longevity builder, and my health is a top priority. I'm going to choose this one because I think that's a popular answer. How many days per week do you engage in dedicated cardiovascular exercise? 0, 1 to 2, 3 to 4, 5 or more. Let's just be generous, and I know there are real answers to this. Let's just be generous and say it's 1 to 2 days. When you perform cardio activity, what best describes the intensity of your typical session? Is it light, like a casual stroll? Around my neighborhood, I see people walking pets all the time. That's what they do. Very rarely does it get above a casual stroll. Maybe if it's a big, strong dog and it's pulling them, yes. Then let's go to moderate effort, can hold a conversation, a mix of moderate and vigorous effort, mostly vigorous effort and high intensity. Then let's go to this one, moderate effort and can hold a conversation. Click next. How many times in a typical week do you intentionally push yourself into a state of being very breathless? Never, once a week, 2 to 3 times a week, 4 or more times a week. intentionally. So not running up the stairs because you've got to get somewhere and the lift is broken, or running to the train station or a bus stop because you're late and you're going to miss it. All right, let's be generous, go once a week. I don't think most people do that. My experience in talking to people, and I talk to lots of them as an educator in health and physical education. When you climb several flights of, this is a great question, of stairs at a brisk pace, how do you feel at the top? Very winded, need to stop and rest. Brisk pace, by the way, you're not strolling up the stairs, going briskly. Breathing heavily, but you can continue moving. Breathing is elevated, but you recover quickly. I barely notice the effort. I know the answer is, in reality, most people, winded, got to stop and rest if they've got to go briskly upstairs. How many days per week do you engage in strength or resistance training? Never. Once a week, 2 to 3 times a week, 4 or more times. You know, I don't see many people do it once a week. I see people do it 2 to 3 times a week, or never. Let's be generous. Let's say 2 to 3 times per week. How would you describe your consistency with strength training over the last 6 months? Haven't been doing any. Inconsistent, I start and stop. Fairly consistent, I rarely miss a week. Very consistent, it's a non-negotiable part of my routines. That one there, inconsistent, and I start and stop. That's most people. Without considering the number on the scale, how would you describe your body composition? I feel like I carry significant excess body fat. I feel I'm about average, maybe a little soft. I feel I'm relatively lean. I feel I'm lean and have good muscle definition. I think most people, I'm about average and maybe a little soft. How would you describe your physical strength for everyday tasks? I often struggle with tasks requiring strength. I can manage, but it's a challenge. I feel adequately strong for most daily tasks. I feel strong and confident in my physical capabilities. I'm going to go with that one. I feel adequate for this average person I'm constructing here. Which best describes your typical diet? Mostly based on ultra-processed and convenience foods. That's some people. A mix of processed foods and whole foods. Mostly based on unprocessed foods, primarily whole unprocessed foods with a focus on nutrient density. I'm going to say a mix of processed foods and whole foods. I think that's most people. How often do you consume sugary drinks or ultra-processed snacks? Multiple times a day, daily, a few times a week, rarely or never. Let's go with a few times a week. Excuse me. All right. On average, how many nights a week do you get 7 to 8 hours of high quality, uninterrupted sleep? 0 to 1, 2 to 3, 4 to 5, 6 to 7. Let's go 4 to 5 for this person. All right. How do you typically manage stress? Last question. I don't have a specific strategy. I just rush through it, push through it. I occasionally use techniques like walking or deep breathing. I regularly practice meditation and journaling. That helps me manage stress. I have a robust, consistent stress management practice. I don't hear lots of people in the workplace that I talk to talk about any techniques. I'm going to go with this one because it's not a conversation you hear very often. All right. When you get to this part of the scorecard, you put in your name, chuck in your email address, and then it gives you a result. It's analyzing what you just put in. Then it's got this beautiful blueprint that's a teaser, a personalized teaser for the complete longevity builder ecosystem. So this is just giving you some information, not like the full health lab will, but it's just giving you an idea of some of the things. This imaginary person has a longevity score, 38 out of 100. Can be better. Look at the category breakdown. Proactive health and awareness, 6 out of 40. The engine, the cardio and oxygen efficiency, 13 out of 40. Both of those are going to be better. This one particular. The chassis, the body strength composition, as 22 out of 40. The fuel and recovery, nutrition and lifestyle, 19 out of 40. This person is, I said they were 38 at the start, but they have a physical health age. That's their birthday age, physical health age of 40. And they can have a potential gain of 2 years in this particular one. Let's look at this tab over here, hazard profile. The skyscraper in focus. Your estimated oxygen efficiency score for this imaginary person is 26. That's low, by the way. That needs to be a lot higher. This is this graph over here. It shows hazard ratio profile. If you're a smoker, if you had not all these together, it could be just one of these or a couple of these. If you were not eating well, if you had low muscle mass, or if you had high blood pressure, comparing those 4 things inside the Longevity Builder website that's coming out, there's about 10 or 15 of these things. Oxygen efficiency is about double the importance, or more than double the importance, of anything else. So a person with a low oxygen efficiency score has a lower chance at improving longevity. Not a lower chance, an absolute guarantee. They're not going to have as increased opportunity for longevity and improved health span compared to the person whose score is absolutely higher. So a blueprint. Let's have a quick look at this tab. This is coming soon. This introduction is the 5 pillars of the longevity builder ecosystem. So pillar number 1 is a core part of being a longevity builder is defining why. For the author, that's me, of the book, because this is all based on the book, this particular scorecard. It's about being there for my son and for my wife. The full longevity builder ecosystem's launching tool soon is going to have tools that will help you discover and track your own powerful motivation. So we put together a part of the software that helps you to define your why do you want to become, or why are you interested in being a longevity builder. And then pillars 2, 3, 4, and number 5 are coming soon. And then there's a section over here called Your Story, which is going to be a part of when you come to this tab. So we come back over to here. I want to wrap this up. We're going to get this longevity scorecard out to you soon. And so we click on back to, just leave it there. I was going to click back to the start and leave it there. We're going to get this longevity scorecard out to you soon. Depending on when you're watching this, if you haven't got the link to, and you want to take the free assessment, and you want to have a look at this, just send us a direct message and we'll get it to you. We'll put it in the first comment of this video once that becomes available, which is not immediately on time of posting the actual video itself. All right, everybody, that's it for the longevity scorecard, a great learning tool. And I want you to have it, and you're going to get it for free very shortly. Now, I'm going to stop this video. I'm going to go and record the next, more advanced version called the Longevity Catalyst Scorecard. That's really cool. All right, see you in that video. Bye for now.